We've heard from FRS, we've heard from LRS. I'm sure where next we will hear from the coalition, right? But before we hear from the coalition, I need you to hear from me and from us, the Lagos and District Society. And why do you need to listen to me or us? Because we have made ourselves available as the channel to be able to resolve issues that you have with LIRS and FRS. All the speeches that have been made here, they've told you about your responsibilities to tax in respect of your business. Your business will either be a limited liability company or an enterprise. Now, if you have a limited liability company, there are certain requirements of the law statutorily that you are meant to keep up with. One of them is preparing an audited account. And when you have an audited account, it makes it easy for the tax authority to be able to look at your books and be able to access you to tax. And as an enterprise, there are less statutory obligations required of you when you have an enterprise that you're using for your business. Now, there are certain taxes that you pay, you don't pay when you own an enterprise, but you pay when you own a limited liability company. These are part of things that will be letting you know. And they made mention of something. There are some people who are just starting up business, who have just registered their businesses, right? And be it an enterprise, be it a limited liability company, depending on how big your business is, it's not everybody that is liable to pay a certain type of tax called the value-added tax. And it was made mention when the state coordinator was talking. If you have turnover of less than 25 million, you are exempted from paying that particular tax, VAT, and from even remitting that, doing final returns for that tax. Some of us do not know this, and a lot of times the tax authority comes and again, we have heard from their perspective on the assumption that the tax officials that are coming are doing exactly what they are supposed to do. Am I correct? But oftentimes we have instances when the tax officials don't actually do what they are supposed to do. And on that note, that is where some of the problems that you have, that is where they arise from, which are things that we need to address. So, because we understand their language, they know that as entrepreneurs in Computer Village, you want to fulfill your civic responsibilities. You don't want to evade tax, but you run because of the arbitrariness and the figures that they present before you, and that is what we have come to address. And how do you address that? We understand their language. When they are talking, you think they are speaking English, but it's not English they are speaking. You understand? You may not understand them. We understand that language, and that is why we as Lagos and District Society, have put it upon ourselves to help you interpret that language from the language they are speaking to the language that you understand. So with that, you'll find out that most of the problems that you think exist can be as a result of you not hearing their language. And where they are giving you arbitrary figures, we will look at them and we'll tell them to their faces that these figures are not right. Because anything they are going to charge you must be in accordance with the provision of the tax laws. And anything that is outside that, we can come to and let them know that, see, there's nothing in the tax law that says this. So but anything that is due to them, we will say pay to Caesar what is Caesar. What has identified that you need to pay to them, then you pay to them without any form of arbitrariness. And that is what we are here to do. And can we do that without forming an alliance with your coalition. No, we can't do that, because we can't give that service to the individuals, entrepreneurs that we have in Computer Village. So the best way and the best structure to use to achieve that is for you to present your problems to the coalition. Since they said you have different associations that form the coalition, like in the coalition. So you present your problems to the coalition, and the coalition will get into touch with us. We will look at those problems and we talk to the respective tax authorities so that we can sit down and look at this together, and we'll be able to resolve whatever tax problems that you have. So as such, you do not need to run away from tax authorities. When you see them, you don't need to, you should have a friendly disposition to them, knowing fully well that you have trust in your coalition who will handle whatever problems it is that you have. And that is the reason why I said you have to listen to us first before we now hand over the mic to the coalition to ask their questions. Thank you for listening.